Now that I've gotten the chance to play Endless Ocean Luminous, it's time to reflect on what's been going on over the past couple of weeks because this is one of those situations where I was not able to defend this game pre-release because I'm not an Endless Ocean fan. I've never finished either of the first two games. I like them, I really do, but at the same time, it's like one of those situations where you can't play everything, right? You can't have an opinion on everything. And one of the things that was circling around Endless Ocean Luminous was the possibility that maybe they dropped the ball. Maybe they did something wrong with this release. Maybe they didn't put the effort into it. Maybe it was overpriced. Maybe the reviewers had a point, right? So for me, looking at Endless Ocean Luminous, it was like, okay, let's wait until the game actually comes out and let's see how it is. So it's been out now. It's been a full day. I've played it. I have a pretty solid idea what the game is, and it is good. Okay, like I am really enjoying my time with Endless Ocean Luminous. I've expressed this numerous times on stream. I've been playing it quite frequently over the past day, and I think the Nintendo YouTubers are seething about it, right? Because this is a repeat of what happened with another Code R and Princess Peach Showtime, right? And to a lesser extent, like WarioWare Move It and Super Mario Bros. Wonder and even Tears of the Kingdom and Fire Emblem Engage, right? Where everybody comes out like talking down about the new Nintendo game that's coming out, right? Like, oh, Engage is a step down from Three Houses. Oh, Tears of the Kingdom is a rehash of Breath of the Wild. Oh, Mario Wonder is just another 2D Mario game, right? WarioWare, who wants that? We wanted a Wario Land game, even though they're completely different genres and have nothing to do with each other, in spite of the fact that they both star Wario, right? Right? Princess Peach Showtime. It's a casual mess. Like they don't talk about the games, like their value, their replayability, their content, like their really cool moments, their strong positive aspects, right? They're not talking about the positives when it comes to these games, right? Every single time we get a new Nintendo game, we get a lot of YouTubers screaming about how it's the worst thing ever, how Nintendo needs to bring back old IPs, but oh, not that new IP, not that old IP, no, not Endless Ocean. No, we wanted something different. Oh, we won't ever express what that thing is, but we didn't want Endless Ocean. And to me, um, it was really interesting seeing like the the uh juxtaposition between the real fans and like the pretendos, the YouTubers, because to me it was very very clear that like people who grew up playing Endless Ocean, people who love the games on Wii, who have an appreciation for them, were really excited about this release. Like they're bringing Endless Ocean back, right? Like, again, even if you're like me and you're not a fan, you should be happy for fans getting something that they wanted, right? Like, this is, I think, the kind of thing we should be asking for Nintendo more. Like, one of my big criticisms for the company this generation is that it feels like they weren't taking a lot of risks. It feels like they were just doing like uh, sticking to like formulas that have already been established. There wasn't a lot of innovation. It feels like there wasn't a lot of evolution for the company. But like Endless Ocean, seeing them like handle Princess Peach Showtime. Seeing them bring back like a lot of these niche IPs, like another Code R and Mario vs. DK, and the Thousand Year Door, which is niche by the way. The original release only sold like 1 million copies. Like seeing them come out and support these games should be exciting. It should be appreciated. It should be something that people are looking forward to. Like, not only is Endless Ocean back, not only does it look great, there now lies the possibility that we will continue getting new Endless Ocean games in the future. Like Endless Ocean Luminous seems kind of basic to me, but like there's a lot of potential there. Like I really think much like something like Fatal Frame or the Bayonetta IP or the Mario RPGs, that Nintendo is on the verge of like making something that's going to be hugely successful and innovative with that brand, right? Like I think they have something here. Again, it's going to take a long time to get to that point, just like it took a long time for them to produce Breath of the Wild. But clearly there are a number of Nintendo IPs that are like on the verge of just having some major breakthrough in popularity. And I think, weirdly enough, Endless Ocean is very much an example of that. This is a cult classic on Wii. This is something that people look back on fondly. This is a game that has value. But the community came out and rejected it right out the bat. Like, oh, they're producing this small niche IP that'll probably have 32 players. Oh, like I guess Nintendo Switch 2 is on the way. I guess the Switch is on the way out. If anything, I think the fact that something like this gets made indicates just how well the Switch is actually doing, is kind of my perspective on it. Because how do you produce something like Endless Ocean on like to an audience that isn't interested in it? Like how do you make a game like this and release it and not have any player base, have a player base at all, right? Like to me, it seems very clear that the game is very successful for what it is, right? Like people are talking about the game positively. Like I've gotten a lot of engagement playing it. I've had a blast streaming it. It's been like one of the chillest experiences I've had playing a game in recent years, right? Like the game definitely has appeal for people. So, like, my question is, why do game journalists not acknowledge it? Why did Nintendo YouTubers come out and try to give this low scores? Why did they try to paint this as a lower priority release when clearly, much like Princess Peach Showtime, much like another Code R, this game does have a very dedicated fan base, a very dedicated audience that would want to see it continue to evolve and grow for years to come, right? Like my mindset on this is that why are these people so adamant about disrespecting these games? And I do think that it's it's very clear that the YouTubers are not real gamers, right? They have no appreciation for video games. They don't play them. They don't enjoy them. They're only here for a paycheck, right? They're only here for the attention. They're only here to grift, right? They don't actually know anything about these games or what they deliver, and they have no idea at all about the people who genuinely enjoy and appreciate this stuff, right? So I can tell you that like I am not the target audience for Endless Ocean Luminous. Like it's not my favorite game this year. I much prefer Princess Peach Showtime and Unicorn Overlord, but I at least will come out here and acknowledge the game's strong points. I will acknowledge the game is extremely entertaining and is something I will probably put a lot of time into over the next couple of months while we wait for the next major Nintendo Direct, right? Like this is something from Nintendo that I really have a lot of appreciation for, and I wish more people would understand that.